It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to Brooklyn Cafe on a beautiful, what is it, Thursday?
Look how big we look.
You see, this is the shot right here. This is the money shot.
Really? Who's money? You paying?
No, but this is the
He's
shot.
like, is it?
This is the best shot you guys have ever done since you've been here.
Really? Is it?
Is it?
What do you like about it?
You can actually see people. You can see me. Every time they shrink me down to an amoeba,
An amoeba?
an amoeba, and I watch the tape, I go,
Where are
what
mine?
the hell? This is exactly
That's
the way
the
it
money
should
shot.
look. That's the money shot. It's 18 years of learning right there.
How do
baby.
you like that?
I like it a lot. I can
Happy
sit back.
Thursday
and
to
relax.
you. Happy Thursday. Hard to believe we're almost at the end of the week.
I can't believe August is done.
I know, today's August 31st, the end of the summer, essentially, because you know Monday is
September.
Labor Day.
Oh,
Labor Day means no more white, ladies and gentlemen.
I never heard of that.
I know, so I wore my white shoes yesterday. I'll probably wear them again on Monday.
I'm going to purposely wear white on Tuesday.
I got to tell you, you know the thing we were talking about today, older guys with money?
No.
I got to ask him if the older guy has money and he wears white shoes with white elastic socks, does that count?
No,
That's a hard no.
It's the open
Doesn't matter
slipper.
how big the check is, the white
slipper.
elastic socks are a no-go.
What's the name of when you wear sandals with socks? There's a name for it. What's it called?
Not good.
It has a name. No,
That's
it
like
has a
someone
name.
I wouldn't date if
What
they
is
were
it called?
sandals
A
or socks.
donkey? Or it has a name.
A donkey?
It's something. It has a name.
I don't know about that.
It's true because when I was in Tampa coaching football, a lot of the parents used to come with sandals and socks, mostly white socks.
Flip-flops or like the open-toe sandals?
No, sandal, open-toe sandals.
I don't understand it.
Flip-flops is even worse.
No, in South Florida, it's like the white sneakers. That look?
Yes, that look.
With the Tevas?
What's the name of that?
A good look.
That's a
It's
lot
not,
of things.
Gary
Good
goes,
ain't-
it's not a good look.
Good ain't. That's a bad look. I gotta
Not a
tell
good
you.
look.
And the worst look is when you have water shoes with that look.
Yeah, not a good look.
Because I wear water shoes on the weekend.
So
all
they
over the
say
place.
no more white after Labor Day.
Why? You turn into an Oreo?
I think it must have been like a fashion thing. It must have been for the fashion industry in New York back in the day.
Never heard of that.
But not in Florida. Florida, that doesn't count. It's a northern thing, right?
Never heard of that.
Doesn't count. So I can
It's
still
so
wear white.
freaking hot down here. I'm gonna wear white all the time.
I know. And
It's
you know,
ridiculous.
yesterday we
so
talked
you're not
about.
gonna wear white.
I will, because I don't. You know me. I go against the modern grain.
When you wear white, I'm gonna make fun of you. It's just-
After Monday, if I'm still wearing white, we can spotlight that in the newsletter.
I'm gonna wear everything white. I'm coming with my NFL shirt next Friday.
I'm thinking until October we can.
Dawn,
I
who
made that
cares?
up.
Who cares?
You're wearing your NFL shirt Monday?
Yes.
Why?
Because the Jets play next Monday, a week from Monday. The first NFL game. And I want
September
to thank all
11th,
of
you're
you
right.
who,
Wow.
who wrote in to get your NFL package together, you get your commercial on ESPN. People telling me yesterday, ESPN? This is really going to be on ESPN? Yes, it's going to be on ESPN.
It's amazing to be able to spotlight your business on ESPN Monday Night Football, whether you choose the NFL package or the NCAA package. Let us help you create a commercial and put that out.
NCAA is more watched because there are more games than the NFL. Did
Really?
you know that?
I did not.
If you add up all the games that they play over a season on the multiple channels, but this is all ESPN now. Everything's
Aren't
on one
most
channel.
college games so on the weekend?
Saturdays.
So not Monday night.
No, but sometimes they'll play on a Thursday. It depends on the school. The bigger ranked schools play on Saturday because there's buku dollar.
I think UM plays tomorrow night.
You see?
I think.
The smaller colleges play all over the place.
But then they play next Saturday, so.
They play tomorrow night. The home
I think they
opening?
play tomorrow night. They played last week. I don't know if they played last week. They play tomorrow night, and then I believe they play again
College
next Saturday.
football has started?
Gators play tonight.
Well, they had a hurricane yesterday. They must be on the road.
They're
Where?
in Utah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good place
That's what
to be.
Casey told us.
In Utah or against Utah? In Utah.
In Utah against Utah.
You know, it's funny. when I
That's
was,
weird. Why would they put the Gators against Utah?
They're in their division.
That's a.
They're
No,
not
he's like,
divisional
no,
game.
that's not even a thing.
Anybody know how they determine what colleges play against each other?
That's what I'm asking. What
Money? Like
Ranking?
FAU,
I don't know.
FAU played the Bulldogs of Georgia.
But they always play the Bulldogs.
No,
no.
This is all money. So I went to Athens, Georgia, to watch FAU play the Bulldogs, and for the first half, we were winning 24-14, and that stadium was in an uproar because Freddie went to FAU and Sarah went to Georgia. She left us. She went to another part of the stadium because we were like, ooh, ooh, FAU. You know, we were making all that noise. And my God, they destroyed FAU in the second half. It was like 52-24.
Zari came in today. She goes, do you understand the odds of me going to the observatory last night? Apparently there was a whole big thing with FAU yesterday.
Did you see the pictures they took of the planets?
It really looks like Saturn. She says, because it is. I go, but it really looks like it's supposed to look like.
What's wrong with you? She's
Have you
looking-
ever seen a picture of Saturn like from a
Yes.
telescope?
Yes.
Have you ever had a telescope for your kids?
Yes, at the planetarium.
I got Aaron a telescope when he was little, and I could not get the mirror and the light the right way. So every time we looked at the telescope, it was upside down. Never,
You
ever.
had to turn it upside down.
I never got it right. So every time we looked, everything was upside down. But she showed me the picture of Saturn, which was amazing.
Yes, and I told her.
There it is.
I told her.
How cool is that?
I told her to go to the teacher, the professor, and tell him to put a camera on this thing because they have Mars, they got Saturn, they got all sorts of planets,
Amazing.
and then bring them in so we can see it.
So cool.
I got to tell you, I bought a telescope one time in my life. I had it in my house, and I put it in the attic because I redid my attic to look at the stars. Do you know that my neighbor came and complained to my ex-wife?
Why, she thought you were looking in her house?
She says I was looking at her house.
Were you?
No! But
Were
it
you,
happened
were
to
you the
be-
guy with the white athletic socks and the sneakers looking in somebody
Yeah,
else's
that was
house?
me.
Were you like
Yes.
the peeper?
I had to put the telescope in that direction over her house because that's where the moon was for me to see it. And she says, he's looking in my house. So they made me take it away. I had to give it away. You believe this?
I don't know what to
kind
tell
of
you.
world do we live in?
Well, we got a great show lined up. Look, a room full of authors and animators and money.
And we have a VMix also.
And we got a
for an event,
VMix joining
so get
us.
your pencil because you're going to be writing.
We got Kessa, she's going to be joining us. But I need to talk to Bob because, author Bob, I don't even know Bob's last name. Bob, how do you pronounce your last name?
In French or English?
Let's start with English.
Talk it to the mic, Bob.
Desroches.
Hold the mic.
Desroches. So Bob is a friend of
Desroches.
Desroches. He is a friend of Amazing Grace.
Amazing Grace.
And
Thank you
an
for all the
author of these
information, Amazing
beautiful
Grace.
books. You know, Bob, we talk about miracles all the time. And I always tell Freddie, and we tell our audience, look for the miracles in every day. And the first miracle is when you open your eyes and you wake up in the morning. That's miracle one. And look, all of these books about miracles.
You see this one?
I love this. So, Bob, give us some information about your books. How long have you been an author?
All
Just
my
hold,
life.
just hold your mic right here.
The
Bob.
smallest book I wrote.
Hold your
You
mic
got to
right
talk
here.
it to your
There
microphone.
you go.
The small book, You'll Never Be Alone. That was 1997. My journey with the Spirit was 1999. The other two, Why Be Charismatic and Miracles Do Happen, that was about a year and a half ago.
And why do you write faith-based books? What is it about finding God and miracles? Did something happen, change in your life?
Yes. I was away from the church for 40 years and spent the last 20 years with a friend. And my brother prayed for 25 years for my conversion, and it came about. And after it came about, my sister invited me to a charismatic conference in Lowell, Massachusetts, and I thought it was one night. It ended up being 3 days.
Wow.
On the last day, I said, I want to go to confession. And she said, just go in the auditorium. There are 2 priests there. And so I went in the auditorium, but it was like an open thing. People were standing in line. They would pray over them. They would rest in the Spirit. And I said, that's not what I want. I want a confessional. A woman came over to me and she says, God told me to come and pray over you. Do you mind? I looked at her with a funny face and said, go ahead. So she prayed over me, and after that she says, what are you waiting for? And I said, to go to confession. And I says, it's been 40 years. And she said, praise the Lord. Then I started crying, ended downstairs in front of a priest. He prayed over me and says, you have to forgive a man in your life. And I'm really crying. And I said, yes, and bang, I went down on the floor, don't remember, woke up and said, what am I doing here? And that was the beginning of my conversion and getting involved with the charismatic renewal.
And what is charismatic renewal?
Charismatic renewal. That came about in 1967 in Philadelphia. There were 20 or 30 people praying, and the Holy Spirit came down upon them.
Stay on your mic, Robert.
And that's when the charismatic renewal came into everybody's life. And I got involved with a Father, Robert de Grandis, SSJ, who traveled to 47 different countries teaching on all the gifts of the Holy Spirit. And I was blessed to be with him because he taught me so much. And so why my journey with the Spirit, he got the first copy, and we were in Orlando after having done 5 conferences in southern Florida. And I called him and he said, Bob, your book is incredible. I can't put it down. And I gave away all the copies for You'll Never Be Alone and My Journey with the Spirit. As I ministered in ministry with people, I just gave them away. That one also. That was the first one.
So you're a minister now?
You're a
Ministering
Eucharist.
God's love, yes. I just assisted other people in their ministry.
Says you're a Eucharist minister.
Yeah.
Excuse
A
me?
Eucharist minister.
Eucharistic minister?
Yeah.
That's what it says in your book.
Lector, I was everything.
A Eucharistic minister is one who gives out the Holy,
Eucharist?
the
Yes.
bread of Christ, the body
Right,
of Christ.
Body of Christ.
Let me ask you. You say you converted. What did you convert from?
Homosexuality.
Okay. So this journey you have is about turning over a new aspect of yourself or a new vision of yourself?
It was a complete transformation. In 1987, I just felt the Lord come, it's time. Unfortunately, it couldn't happen because my mother fell sick, and she says, Bob, I don't want to die alone. So I took care of her for 3.5, and she finally passed away. And approximately a year later, that's when I got involved at a conference. My sister and other people that lived in my area in Lowell, Massachusetts. And for 30 years, that's all I've been doing.
You met Grace at church? You met Grace?
Yes,
At
You
church?
met her at church?
St. Joan of Arc.
St. Joan of Arc, okay. How long have you been going to St. John's of Arc? Have you been in Florida a long time?
I came here 21 years ago.
Oh, so you've been around the block. It's not...
Yes, but I was very involved with charismatic prayer meetings where I was the leader and taught people. And then I got involved with a Father Richard Champagne, it's French, and he has a ministry in Our Lady of in St. Jude's. And every last Tuesday of the month, he has a healing service, and he had invited me to minister with him. So for 4 years, I worked with him just the last Tuesday of the month. praying over people for healing and so on and so forth.
Tell me about this book, Miracles Do Happen.
How did that come about? I met I had saved all the paperwork where people sent me thank you, whatever. And I hate paperwork. I normally just throw it in the trash. And so when the pandemic came around, I was ready to travel and going to Europe and wherever. And the good Lord said, no. I said, then what am I supposed to do? And he said, write a book. And that miracles do happen. In that book, it's at Amazon and Kindle. And the first review was, what an incredible book. And it's got 5 stars. The other book, which is Why Be Charismatic or whatever, also has 5 stars. The review, I don't think it's in the book, but it's an incredible review, is a woman, author and writer. She did the first review, and it was really incredible.
Bob, stay on your mic.
Stay on your mic.
It was really incredible. And that got 5 stars.
Tell me what you consider a miracle. We have this conversation all the time.
Excuse me?
What do you think constitutes a miracle?
What constitutes a
What
miracle?
makes a miracle? What's a miracle?
All right,
What
let
is
me
your
give you 2
definition?
examples. In 2008, this woman who used to be from Boca Raton, and she had bipolar disorder. I ministered to her and went to Paris for 3 or 4 weeks for Christmas, prayed over her, and God healed her completely of bipolar disorder, and there's no cure. She called me and said, Bob, you need to pray for this little boy. His mother and myself, friends, were both pregnant at the same time. My son, little boy, is fine, but her little boy, all he does is scream. So she said, would you pray for him? And I did. I put it in an email and sent it to her. Several months later, she said, Bob, the problem he had was he was only born with half a brain, and it regenerated. Okay? That's one healing that I was involved with. I mean, ministering to. I'm not the healer. And another person, but she may be in there also. The other instance where it was really powerful is there are so many of them. Which ones do I want to come up with? Well, this particular woman who was stationed at Patrick Air Force Base, because I used to always go to Cocoa Beach. I got involved with her. She was a captain and a medical doctor, and had herpes, which there's no cure. I spent a year and a half ministering to her, not in Cocoa Beach, but on the phone and email, and she was finally healed of herpes. And she got out of the service and is up in New Jersey in her own business as a doctor. There are so many of them. I just, to bring to mind all the people that are in that book, it's kind of incredible. But her whole story is in My Journey with the Spirit.
In this one?
Yes, it was written in 1999. So there's like 66 pages of my corresponding with her.
So, Bob, would you say you're a healer?
I don't consider myself a healer.
Well, you're a witness.
I realize that, but I consider myself a minister of God's love.
Okay.
People could say, oh, you're not a healer or whatever, or you're a healer. I'm not a healer. I can't heal anybody. But God, through God, ministering to people, this is how all of this came about.
What did you do before you became an author?
How did I?
What did you do before? What was your line of business?
would take me 3 weeks to tell you everything that I've done. I had 2 picture framing studios in Arlington, Massachusetts, and one in Nashua, New Hampshire. And that's basically, I did everything. I built the whole house by myself. My life, why did I change? I can't tell you, but I had 3 houses, everything was paid for, 2 businesses, a 34-foot yacht, all paid for, went to Florida every year. I had everything. But when I felt that little touch from the good Lord that he was calling me back, that's what I did. I gave it all up.
Amen. Believe in miracles
I
now?
think he answered your question. No, it isn't about believing in a miracle. It's about witnessing a miracle. And here you have somebody who's witnessed many. But each one of those, to me, might be a miracle to you, but a miracle is something that he defines. I think the biggest miracle is that he got the calling. Forget about everything else. He got the calling. It changed him. And that's interesting. That's a whole different show that I would like to talk to Bob about.
But there's a lot more to the story,
Oh, I'm
which
sure there is.
comes about with Why Be Charismatic.
Which is this one.
That book right there.
But this book and this book
2
has-
different books.
But this book and this book has a huge journey. In order for you to have written this one, Bob had to change.
That was a wonderful healing for me.
For you.
Yes.
You see, what I'm trying to explain to her is that this is the book that interests me.
It started it all.
Because this is the one that changed you.
Yes.
And the miracle for me is what led up to this. Everything else here is great. There's nothing wrong with it. But this is the one that I want to bring him back for, because this
Now,
is the one.
how it came about is really an interesting story. It's only 46 pages. Father DeGranda says, Bob, I want you to come to Dallas. I'm going to do a 5-day retreat. I want you to give your witness. I started writing, and this was in this was in February, and we weren't going there until June. And so I wrote the whole thing. At this one point, I came to Florida, Cocoa Beach. I used to go there all the time. So as I knelt down, I'm all alone. My friend has gone, and he's a priest today, okay? I'm in Cocoa Beach, and I kneel down. I'm doing my prayers, and I said, God, you put me in this situation. And I was angry. And I felt his kneeling down to me, putting his arm around me, and Mary on the left side putting her arm around me, and he said, you'll never be alone. Now, that's not the title I originally wanted. My title, because I had somebody asking me questions about it, I says, the love of God the Father. And he said, no, you'll never be alone.
Stay on your mic, Bob. Okay. Well, this is the miracle for me. It's what led him to. How old were you when you got your calling?
88, let's see.
Stay on your mic, Bob. Bob,
It's
stay on your mic. How old were you?
1966,
1966. You're 88 now?
89.
89. Well, God bless you.
So it's 86.
9 minus 56.
45?
I was born in 67.
57. But this is the one I'm interested in. I'm interested in the lead up of this. I'm interested in the calling, and I'm interested in how, when, and why he witnessed it. But that's another show because we got some other things to
All right, so
cover.
why don't we take a commercial break? Hank, stay with us. We're going to bring Kessa Goodeen on the other side of this commercial break, see if she's on, and we got a lot of other things to talk about.
We got a lot of
And
stuff.
now you're intrigued.
I am intrigued.
More to come. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Bring you the opportunity to AMP2 Media Productions, in collaboration with True Oldies Radio and Comcast TV, bring you the opportunity to spotlight your business on Monday Night Football on ESPN. By targeting your preferred Comcast region, your commercial will be spotlighted during NFL and NCAA football season, reaching over 1 million viewers. Let AMP help you amplify your impact in the community. Contact us at 866-224-5422 to create your own commercial today.
If you're tired of only working for your money and are ready to get your money working for you, then check this out. This is the Tranzact card, the first of its kind Visa bank card where you double your dollars on every transaction. Tranzact card provides you with a system for your money finally works for you. The days of underwhelming 1 to 2% cashback are over. Are you ready to welcome in dollar for dollar rewards, doubling your buying power and creating financial momentum? Look, if you've been trying to save your way to wealth and that isn't working out the way you hope, maybe it's time to try spending your way to wealth instead. Learn more at gman.mytzt.com. That is gman.mytzt.com.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
There is no way to ignore it. You hear it on the news, online, from your friends and family. What happened to my money? Whether it got hit by falling stocks and bonds, with the coronavirus, shrunk by a floundering 401k with low interest rates, and is riding the extreme ups and downs of the stock market with political elections. Many Americans are worried about their money and how they're going to retire. Help protect your financial future now and call J.D. Melberg for your complimentary book from a leading financial firm that shows you ways not to run out of money whether the market goes up or down. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that can protect your money for a lifetime. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits of annuities from hundreds of top-rated insurers, helping you to find ways to get up to 33% more income in retirement. That's right. 2 books, both absolutely free, for calling J.D. Melberg. Help protect your financial future.
Call 877-643-3015.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties, open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies. Now, Boca and Delray Beach have their own oldie station. Catch us on 95.3 FM. It's the greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s. On South Florida's Good Time Oldies, 95.3 FM.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
back.
And we're back. I'm loving this whole conversation. Frank can't wait. He's looking forward. He's going to be coming in one day with Bob. So Frank A. Rufolo and Bob Desroches.
Good luck with that.
Desroches joining us. But Bob's going to stay with us. We've got Kessa Goodeen joining us. We're going to talk about what she's going on. She's got a big event happening in
Big event.
Miami.
Big.
So let's bring Kessa over and talk about the event. And there she is. How are you doing, Kessa?
I'm doing great. How are you?
We're terrific. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me.
Tell us what you've got going on in Miami coming up in 2024.
Yes, so in 2024, we're back with the Global Awakened event, and it's Global Awakened Summit, VIP Gala, Yacht Mastermind, and Beach Day. So it's 4 days with us in Miami, Florida, February 29th to March 3rd.
It's going to be in Miami. You've done this before.
Yes, we have. This will be our third one, hence the Trinity.
Of course, it's the Trinity because it's right after talking about Bob and the Holy Spirit. So here we go.
Well, this is why it works so well.
Here we go. And of course, as always, we are totally unscripted, and none of this segment was put together
None at all.
until what, 2 minutes ago?
About 30 seconds ago.
Oh my gosh. So this is your third one. What do you like to spotlight? Empowerment, business, community, or all of the above?
So all of the above. So Global Awakened is not in the process of awakening, meaning you're already awoke. And I actually use the term because of old soul coming here on earth, reliving this life experience. So we're calling out to, awoken soul that want to participate with this, and people who has businesses that want to take their business to the next level. We're looking for high 6-figure earners, 7- and 8-figure earners to come out to this event. Doctors, lawyers, chiropractors, realtors, that has a little bit of spiritual side to them as well. So it's not just all about business. It's not just about personal development only. So a little bit of spirituality in there, and connections and relationships as well.
And there'll be lectures?
Yeah, so the breakdown of the event is roughly about 9 events in one, and 2 days is the summit from 9 to 5, and we have about 35 celebrity speakers that come in from all over the nation to teach at the summit. So hence the Trinity Summit. And that is open for the public to come into the Trinity Summit. Then we change it up a little bit, and then we have a VIP mixer. And this is where they get to network, talk, have a drink or two, and from 5 to 7, and really get to know each other. On day one, from 8 to 10, we go to a private restaurant as a VVIP. And we get to really hone in that connection with each other. And then on day 2 at 7 to 11, we do our VIP gala, which is an award ceremony and a fundraiser for my charity that we founded in Africa. So that's just on day 1 and 2. Now on day 3, we have VIP Yacht Mastermind. And on the Yacht Mastermind, this is where you get to pick the minds of the experts and get to really know them and become even more friends with them. And we have Kim Walsh-Phillips coming next year. And I might bring back Forbes Riley and possibly Laura Longmire. And then on day 4, we have the Beach Day. The Beach Day is a relaxation, mind, body, and soul day where we will meditate, we'll have yoga, and we'll do some facials and some massage on that day and spend a little more personal time with each other. So that's all for the VVIPs.
I got to ask, Kessa, what day is the event?
February 29th, which is leap day, so take a leap, to March 3rd.
Okay, and from here to February 29th, you don't have to wait for the event to get involved with you and some of the things that are going. If people wanted to join tomorrow or today, how do they reach you to get involved in some of the activities that you're going to be planning?
Yes, so they can reach out to me on my cell phone or the website. So the website is globalawakenedevents.com, and my cell phone is 404-992-3971. Remember, this is part of my nonprofit organization. Some of the proceeds that we make will go to my nonprofit organization. And let me give you a little bit about the nonprofit organization. It's Global Initiative Inc., and we've been doing work in Africa for about 17 years now, and we are located in 6 nations in Africa. We feed the kids there, we clothe them, we educate them, and we teach them how to become an entrepreneur, and also we help them start their own small businesses. So when we do these events, we raise the funds and we use some of the funds to go back to Africa to help these kids.
And you're a 501c3?
Yes, we are. Tax exempt. Yes.
Look at that.
Well, let me ask you a question. Why do you find that people need to be already spiritually awakened? Is it part of growing the business? Because what you want people that have already found their awakening, not those that are looking for it.
No, so not necessarily. So we are global awakened, meaning you're a socially conscious entrepreneur. So if you are in the process of being awoken, this will be a perfect thing for you as well. If you are already awoken, perfect. You could find your tribe, your community, because they're already awoken. They're socially conscious entrepreneurs. So you could be in the process of awakening as well.
And tell me about socially conscious. What does that
So
mean to you?
socially conscious means you're not just here for yourself. You're here to give back. You're here to help one another grow and thrive in this society. So when you're socially conscious, you're I don't know if you know the UN 17 goals. You're giving back in one of the areas. You're using that path to make your mission or leave your legacy, I should say. So being socially conscious.
Leaving your legacy. We talked about this last week.
We did. Well, I'm intrigued about 400 different things that are going through my head right now. But what I like is the aspect of the awaken. And if you look at what we have in front of us, awaken is all around us. And another word for awaken is change, isn't it? To change, to be able to change things that are standing here now and need to be changed because you want to better things. You want to have the opportunity to do that. And this platform gives you that opportunity, whether it's business, it's spiritual, the whole nine, the combination. We had a gentleman come in here and he talked about this yesterday, and people do want to change. And I think that your platform allows people to have that opportunity to do that. That's why I say maybe you want to join. Don't wait for the event. You want to join Kessa. And in putting this different changes going to be coming around February 29th.
No, we talked about this last week, and I said to you, God gives everybody a gift. Everyone is blessed with a gift. And once you find that gift, you become socially conscious and awakened. It's about sharing that gift and not keeping the gift for you. It's about giving it back to others and helping the community and helping everyone you can with. We all have our own gifts, whatever that is that you have been chosen to have.
It's true. And I'm going to tell you, people out there, if you're listening to the show and you're on 95.3, 96.9, if you're on South Florida Oldies, and you hear Kessa's commercial, and you call into the shows, I'll give you 2 tickets to the movies of Del Rey or Lake Worth on us, so you can go see whatever movie you want to go see, just to let us know that you heard the spot and you want to be involved. You can just tell us you heard the spot, but I want to give you something in return, because I heard the commercial playing all last night.
It's a great commercial.
And the commercial is fantastic. Kessa, your message has to be bigger, to be honest with you. There ain't enough you going around right now.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Fred.
And tickets, when are they going to be on sale?
So tickets are on sale now, and what I can do is something special for Freddie's channel, for AM2 channel. So I can do a 200 off the tickets, because the tickets they're not average, because we want to bring in people that are not average, people that are challenging themselves, challenging their mindset, their growth, their personality, and their relationship level. Remember, over the course of these 4 days, you're connecting with people. So you have people who you could be joint venture partners with. So if you go on my website, globalawakenedevents.com, and use the code 2222, which is 4 times 2222, and apply it as discount, it will discount your ticket to $200 off of it, off the ticket.
Wow.
Nice.
I want to invite you to come into studio, and there's a couple of people that I want to invite with you. Because I want to take this, I want to take this to another level. And I want to get some people involved that not only can help you, but you can help them. They need exactly who you are. The calling, I think, is perfect as well. We'll have Bob in here, we'll have Frank in here, but there's some people that I want, but we're going to schedule this so it makes it easier for you to come in studio. This is great, but I'd rather have you here so you can make a presence. And we could talk about some of the wonderful thoughts. You know, you're more needed right now than you even realize as to what's going on in this place. So I want to extend that to you. And then we'll make the announcement for the 200 on there as well, live.
Okay, thank you so much.
Kessa, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Freddie.
It's a pleasure. We need more. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Kessa, we're going to organize and bring her back, hopefully in person one day.
Yes.
I know she's pregnant, so let's make it convenient for her.
We'll give her a 2-day notice.
More to come on the other side of this commercial break. We've got a great segment with Gary Manco, and we got a segment about bullying.
Yep.
So, anti-bullying. So more to come. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
For real, take your business, any business, to the next level by joining us at the Global Awakened Trinity Summit. 4 days of opportunities and inside info you don't want to miss, as over 35 celebrity speakers will be live in person to teach you exactly how to make your business take off, grow, and thrive. From marketing tool secrets to the best ways to build relationships, partnerships, and make true connections. Founder Kessa Goodeen is putting on this once-in-a-lifetime event, the Global Awakened Trinity Summit VIP Gala and Yacht Mastermind, February 29th through March 3rd, 2024 in Miami, Florida. Registration starts at 9 sharp each day. Bring your business partner, your team, your friends, anyone and everyone who wants real success. For tickets, call 404-992-3971. Tickets will not last, so call now. 404-992-3971. Or visit us online at globalawakenedevents.com, and we will see you there.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call now.
Todo Bello Balloons is a business that was born out of a passion for creating unique and beautiful balloon designs, including balloon bouquets, balloon arches, balloon columns, and more. We specialize in creating unique and beautiful balloon designs that bring your dreams into reality. We believe that balloons have the power to bring people together and create lasting memories. And we are honored to be part of that experience. Contact us and we will bring happiness to your celebrations with our balloons.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
This just in, breaking news. A group of teenagers have gathered in a city park for a press conference. According to the leader of the group, this is a call for unity, but no one really knows who this leader is.
It's a garbage can.
Excuse me?
It's a garbage can.
What's a garbage can?
The leader.
The leader smells like a garbage can?
No, I mean, maybe, probably. But anyway, here he is. Check it.
Superpower, we combat hate with love. One shot, one people, every race is one. And together we can finish till the race is won. Never feel by yourself, cause you're not alone. This is an anthem for unity, sing along. When you feel down and out, just play this song. Smack will be there in a hurry. Don't fret, don't fear, don't worry. Superpower, we combat hate with love. One shot, one people, every race is one. And together we can finish till the race is won. Never feel by yourself, cause you're not alone. This is an anthem for unity, sing along. When you feel down and out, just play this song. Smack will be there in a hurry. Don't fret, don't fear, don't worry. Yeah. Guess who's back? It's Smack. I'm working on the change and my work don't slack. My power is love and my power don't lack. Every race is one like we come in a pack. I'll lead the way, just follow my tracks. We the Smack Squad and they all got my back. Give it everything that we got, no slack. You carrying a bird and I help you unpack. We should uplift, not put each other down. Call out my name if you need, I'm around. You looking for a hero, that's what you found. Protect and defend to the end, I vow. There's no division, no separation. Harmony and peace, one human nation. Take my hand if you don't know the way. I'm your friend to the end, here to stay. Hey, superpower, we combat hate with love. One shot, one people, every race is one. And together we can finish till the race is won. Never feel by yourself, cause you're not alone. This is an anthem for unity, sing along. When you feel down and out, just play this song. Smack will be there in a hurry. Don't fret, don't fear, don't worry. It's the Smack Squad, coming at y'all. Standing up to defend and protect y'all. Started out, group of friends in the backyard. Took a vow to avenge, superhero friends. Any unfairness, anything careless. Here to give help to the helpless. SMA to the Q, to the rescue. We here with you. We can do anything if we do it together. All that it takes is a little team effort. Put your hand in my hand. Let's go away to a faraway land. Superpower, we combat hate with love. One shot, one people, every race is one. And together we can finish till the race is won. Never feel by yourself, cause you're not alone. This is an anthem for unity, sing along. When you feel down and out, just play this song. Smack will be there in a hurry. Don't fret, don't fear, don't worry. Superpower, we combat hate with love. One shot, one people, every race is one. And together we can finish till the race is won. Never feel by yourself, cause you're not alone. This is an anthem for unity, sing along. When you feel down and out, just play this song. Smack will be there in a hurry. Don't fret, don't fear, don't worry. Yeah.
Well, all right, there you have it. Don't fret, don't fear, don't worry. Great job, Smack.
How you like that?
You know, we do this every day. And you bring in guests and I bring in guests and it always works out. But today, maybe because it's the blue moon, it's on a whole nother level.
The blue moon. After all that, all you're going to talk about is the blue moon.
No, but there are people that aren't here to understand and witness the amount of things that fall into place here on a daily basis. So they're going to rely on the blue moon, right? So we'll go with the moon or God or spirituality.
Yeah, a little bit of all that.
Don't fret, don't fear, don't worry. I don't know, to me it sounds like a message from Spirit.
I don't know what it is. Let's find out what.
You want to know another funny coincidence is? He's from Lowell, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
You know what that man's name is over there?
What's his name?
Lowell Allen.
He's from Lowell, Massachusetts?
No, his just name happens to be Lowell.
Anyway.
And we've got Lowell with us, and we've got Lewis.
She's on medication.
The co-creators of SMAC, SMA to the Q. Don't fret, don't fear, don't worry. I love it. Gentlemen, welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
For sharing the SMAC gang with us. Our crew loves animation, so I can't wait to hear what they have to say during the commercial break about this. We've got some amazing animators in here. Lewis, you are the creator and Lowell does your marketing?
Well, if I can just say, we've been friends for many years, and we share thoughts personally, professionally, and otherwise. And we've been so perturbed by the hatred that's going on around us, and the bullying, and just people feeling such anger and letting it out in so many horrible ways. We felt that there's perhaps an opportunity to have people rid themselves of this trash, this mental trash. We all know what to do with our physical trash, and it makes our life feel better when we clean things up. But the mental trash many times is kept inside of us. And if we can offer some kind of solution in terms of getting along with others and letting the trash leave us, it might be a better place. So we were talking, and I'll let Lewis continue.
Lewis, did you design the SMAC squad?
Yes.
Let's get closer to your mic, please.
Put it closer.
I'm the artist, and you know, we had a lot of conversations. We're baseball fans, and in our conversations, we're just so shocked, and at how much this country, unfortunately, likes to handle or promote, or it's always in the news and the media, the hatred and the animosity, and just everybody combating each other with other things that really, you know, it's not a part of, for us to be able to unify. We need to learn to trust each other, or at least handle each other a lot better. And with SMAC, the design, the trash can, is basically an idea for us as humans. We get bombarded daily with a lot of negativity, a lot of stuff, and a lot of us kind of hold this stuff inside, bottle it, because we don't know what to do, how to vent. And unfortunately, we have a lot of children that see this, and they witness, you know, the older adults, and why are they this way? Why do they? And what we're trying to do is reach the young kids. We're trying to give them an idea for them to not have this hatred and bombarding themselves with so much negativity. And we believe that SMAC is a great avenue. It's like a metaphor for getting rid of your trash, your mental trash. Some people decide, you know, therapy, which is great, and spirituality. And the thing is that in the climate that we are right now, what we see is a lot of people, no matter what you try to do, if it's positive, they want to throw it a negative.
Well, let me ask you a question. Don't fret, don't fear, don't worry. You could have said no bullying, no hatred, no garbage. But you've got two things going on. Why the don't fret, don't fear, don't worry versus no bullying?
Well, there's, as a kid, I'm going to speak on my experiences. I grew up in the Bronx. I'm from the Bronx. And you could be a nice kid and really have good morals and good judgment and what have you, but the area where you're at, there's a lot of people that have so much negative stuff going in their lives, and they don't know how to hold on. And bullies, they thrive on that negativity. And I remember me, I used to have to stand up to them and just be myself, but just protect myself. And when I saw my friends or other people being treated a certain way, I stood up for them. And so I look at things now, and people just see things happening that is not right, and they'll just take their phones out and film and not do really much. I mean, it's great that social media is bringing a voice to all of this negative stuff, but you know, we got to do things individually. There's more positive people, more humanity. We have more people that care for each other than hate each other. And that's just a fact. But unfortunately, where we at now in life, it seems like the negativity always gets the shine. You know, if it's music, it has to have all these bad lyrics. And I was into hip hop. I'm part of the original Rocksteady crew. I'm an original graffiti artist. This is how I grew up. I've done all of this.
You're an artist?
Yeah. My artistry started in the streets of New York, took it to the subway. Then I became a student at Art and Design High School in Manhattan.
Wow.
And that was great for me because what it did is allowed me a way to express myself through artistry with people that were just like me, that had a talent, but just really had no way to really, you know, bring it out. The only way we could go out there and show that we're doing something we felt positive was going on the subway trains and painting them up.
I love this concept on so many levels. I mean, you know, this is everything that I love, the anti-bullying, being kind to each other.
Exactly.
But then it's everything else we talk about no fear. And we talk about this in the studio all the time. No fear, don't worry, because people will play on those fears. If they know you're fearful, that's when the bullying, that's when that threshold of those negative voices says, don't cross it. Don't do something good for yourself. But you're from the Bronx. We talk about this a lot.
Louis,
I'm from the Bronx. I'm from the Bronx as well.
Where are you from the Bronx, Louis?
Well, I was born in South Bronx, not too far from Yankee Stadium, on University Projects. Shout out to the South Bronx. And basically, I enjoyed my youth. Despite being in that area, you know, it was pretty good. I learned to cope with the different characters, but not too many are having that chance to be able to be so social and really learn from each other.
Well, you grew up over by 3rd Avenue?
No, Jerome.
Jerome?
Jerome.
A lot of gangs?
Yeah, Savage Skulls, all that stuff was out there.
I grew up University Avenue also.
Yeah.
I was over by PS 82. I was over by Jerome Avenue.
Yeah.
Ghetto Brothers, Black
Yeah.
Spades, all those guys.
Yeah.
All of my friends down there.
We're all from the Bronx.
All from the Bronx. And the interesting aspect that I like that you did with that video is, number one, you're reaching out to the kids to teach their parents.
Right.
Because parents just have that mentality where they won't put it in the garbage. I wish I had known him when we were doing the deal down at the hockey rink. I think the concept is amazing for a lot of different reasons. And, you know, growing up from the South Bronx, you know, we're the only ones who can say the Bronx because it's Manhattan, Queens, but we got the letters THE.
Right.
I was asked one time why we get the word "the" in front of the Bronx. And I was told because we're special. But back in the day when you had to grow up in a world of being bullied, you were fortunate enough to stand up to other people. There's a lot of friends I lost for trying to do that.
No, absolutely. And that's what we're doing because Smack, for instance, he's like, I mean, you go to the stores, any one of these high-end stores, you buy probably some name brand stuff, and your name brands usually talk about your wealth.
Yeah, it sends a message. It sends a message.
Things. Well, what we want is to people to be able to see the character, see the designs, and know that that person stands for something other than how much money you make and what are you trying to sell. I mean, obviously, we're trying to make money, but that's only because we're trying to build this company so that we can create more animations. My idea is, like, when I grew up, I saw Schoolhouse Rock on Saturday mornings. There was so many little things, animated things that would teach people. If it wasn't about grammar, it was about math, it was about vetoing a bill. And, you know, I learned all of that through those little songs. And so for me, I felt this character, one, has to look lovable, has to look funny, but he also has to show everybody that he is just like everyone else. And he is just trying to make a change by cleaning up the mental garbage that we consume. I mean, the garbage dumps are so full of trash, right? But we ourselves don't seem to see it. We can carry with so much stuff boggled down. And what do we get? We got to go and get pills, some type of drugs to try to ease that. No, what we need to do is start to learn to change our hearts and start to talk to people and start to really get to know each other, because we got a lot of stuff that's more in common than not.
How'd you come up with the name Smack?
Well, Smack, this is the deal with Smack. I thought of a slogan called Smack It Out. And with that slogan, I figured it's a great way of getting rid of hatred, getting rid of bullying, putting all that in shining, and us being able to at least teach some youth to stand up for each other, but be respectful first to everyone. Show people that you are, you're caring, you're a different person. You know, I went to the store the other day and two people trying to fight each other over a shopping cart. And I'm seriously almost got to blows. And I'm like, I had to just stand there, and I didn't know, honestly, I didn't know what to do, because I'm a grown man. These were two grown men. I didn't want to really get involved. But I pulled the guy that seemed to have a little bit more sense, and I just said, look, just walk. It's not worth it. 10 minutes later, if you guys doing this, one of you guys are going to wind up in jail. It's not worth it. The guy listened, and he walked away. That's it. I mean, we don't have to have these tragedies. We don't have to have the hate.
And we know from reading and speaking with people, my background has been in consumer research and focus groups. I've done more focus groups than I can imagine. And when you talk to people and you get it in the underbelly of what comes out, it's sort of a sigh of relief from them. And what we're trying to do is be able to say, it's okay to belong to something, because belonging to something also gives you a positivity that people are thinking like you. You're not alone in your thoughts, and a place to, you know, vent, and you'll feel so much better. And if you feel better and the anger dissipates, you're not going to have this hatred as much. And this people who bully are angry people. And if the anger can be eliminated in some way, shape, or form by joining a team, by joining with a SMAC, by being part of a SMAC squad where you can share feelings of goodness, I think it'll go a long way, a long way.
I think the concept is so great. Remember Fat Albert? And they
Yes,
were
Fat
they were in the dump, right?
And
They were in the garbage
and
dump.
they took that off the air.
Well, they took it off the air. They would have to change the name. They could never call anyone Fat Albert now, right? Because politically, they'd have to change his name. But the concept
you see,
is
but the
concept is the same,
But the
right?
problem is there's too much concept.
We're so PC now.
You know, a garbage, I go home, I'm going to hug my garbage can. I'm going to look at it in a different way. Because I think that conceptually, you're trying to do good over bad. It's not about calling somebody Fat Albert. It's not about that. If that's what you're looking at, you're missing the point.
No, the concept of Fat Albert was amazing.
I know, but they took it off the air, and I'm still trying to figure this thing.
Well, maybe Smack is the new Fat Albert. Maybe it's, we have to relate to every generation has a different way to relate to them. We didn't have in the South Bronx you had violence, but there wasn't violence everywhere. Right. Now there's violence. You walk into the wrong house, that kid, 20-year-old walked into the wrong house and got shot. There's just so much violence out there. We have to get to the kids. Everyone's become so desensitized. The video games have desensitized us. I've said this to you for years, because you can kill someone in a game and then you start over. We've lost the sense of humanity. We've lost the sense of being kind to each other. We've lost the sense of there's fear, there's hatred. I feel like you're always alone. People don't understand. Smack can bring the Smack Squad can bring this all back together. And we have to start with the kids and get rid of the fear and get rid of the bullying. Because what happens when you're so afraid? You said you used to afraid to eat lunch, right? I remember my kids were in middle school. There were kids that would eat lunch in the bathroom because they were afraid to go into the lunchroom. And that was in Boca. That wasn't even in the South Bronx, right? So it happens everywhere. We have to get to our kids young enough to get rid of their fears and their worries so they can step into their power.
Yes, and I just read that there was a shooting over a sauce. You know, you dip your McNuggets in the sauce.
Yes.
And a guy took out a gun because he wanted the guy's sauce.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there and I'm reading this and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah,
Seriously?
That's mental garbage.
But you're gonna shoot somebody over sauce. And you know, and I look at the shooter in this case and I know the shooter had parents, right? Because he was birthed.
Right.
What happened? And I think that the problem here is that parents gotta get reprogrammed. Forget about re-educating. Forget about that. Because my parents weren't educated at all. They had a 4th and 3rd grade education, but my parents weren't absorbing garbage.
Look how many times your mom moved you guys to get away from the element. What'd you tell me, 14 times?
17 times we moved from the South Bronx all the way up to the North Bronx by DeWitt Clinton High School. I lived everywhere in the Bronx.
So because your mom wanted to get you away from that.
From the element. Until my uncle Ferdinand joined the Ghetto Brothers. He was the warlord in Popham Avenue University. And my mother said, we got to go again. And we went to the Grand Concourse. And from the Grand Concourse, we went up by DeWitt Clinton High School, by Meshulah Parkway. And we just kept going north to get away from the element. But I started in St. Mary's Park. I was down in the South Bronx.
We're trying to build a fan base of anti-hatred. And just as in sports, people wear team jerseys, their children wear the same jerseys, they enjoy the empathy between each other in terms of the good and the bad in the sports. The things that we're selling in terms of the image is just an agreement that it's time to do something good to others. We are reaching fever pitches in terms of hatred and bullying, as you just described, shootings, and hopefully other people will be able to see what we're doing and join.
What's your ultimate goal, Louis, for Smack Squad?
Well, I would like to see animation, just like Schoolhouse Rock. I would like to see some type of, I mean, that's basically what we're working on right now. We've created the character. We've got everything together. It's just we're at a launch right now. We want to see how the public does with Smack. I believe it's going to be very good. But at the same time, I really want Smack to be like what Smokey the Bear was, so that people, when they see it, they know this is a no bully zone, and people wearing the shirt are recognized as safe people we can, if there's an issue, maybe we can walk and talk to these people. Maybe they can help us. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, you know, everybody just ignoring each other. I mean, that's what social media, I love social media, don't get me wrong, but it's separated everybody. We don't have dialogue as much front and face to face. Everything is usually via internet. So it's not, that personal thing is not there anymore. So we need to figure out a way to be able to reach these kids and adults, young adults, because the parents, a lot of parents, they just either ran out of tools or can't figure it out. But if there's some way that we can help them all the way down, that's really my biggest, what I want. I would like this to be something,
pathway.
Yeah, for you know, anti-hate. Period.
What's your website? We got to make sure we get.
It's www.smacksquad.com, and it's spelled SMAQSQUAD.com.
All right, check it out.
You know, there used to be an old saying, when you teach your kids this one language, and when they go to school and hang out with their friends, it's a whole different world. And until we can penetrate that,
Right.
I learned more in the streets of New York than I ever learned at home.
Right.
And if you didn't pick good from bad, you were going to go bad, because for some reason, bad seems to be easier and more desirable than doing something good.
100%.
So there's a lot of strategies, because what you're teaching is a concept.
Yeah, it's great to be part of a team. It's great to be part of a team that's doing something.
Take a look at their website. There's merchandise. I've got so many ideas, but the ultimate goal is no fear, don't fret, don't worry, and be kind to each other.
There you go.
More to come on the other side of this commercial break. We got Gary Manco and Tranzact card. We'll be right back.
Has someone in your family lost a job recently, and now you can't afford your mortgage payment? Or do you have a rental property and your tenants aren't paying you? We can come to the rescue and pay you cash for your home immediately. Yes, sell your home and get cash all over the phone without dealing with real estate agents or having to waste time showing your home to lukewarm buyers. You don't need to lose your house to foreclosure. If you have equity in your home, we'll buy your home and give you cash within days, all in a simple over-the-phone and virtual process. Call now before your situation gets worse. Sell a home you can't afford or just need anymore and get the cash you need today. Call this number now.
Call 855-348-5925. That's 855-348-5925. Again, 855-348-5925.
Tax audits, tax liens, wage garnishments.
Every day we hear stories like this about good folks who are simply struggling to pay their bills. Each of them are living a frightening IRS tax nightmare, and they are afraid it will destroy their lives.
I'm a divorced single mom, and my ex-husband left me and the kids with a lot of unpaid bills, including unpaid taxes. I was really starting to show my stress on my kids because the IRS had sent me a letter demanding a huge payment from me. I couldn't afford it. So then the IRS was threatening to garnish my wages. I'm already living paycheck to paycheck. That would have put me over the edge financially.
It truly seemed hopeless, but then a friend at work told her to call the tax relief line.
The people at the tax relief line, they told me about something called innocent spouse relief. They worked it out so that all of the taxes from my ex are not my problem. I don't know how that works, and I don't care. All I care about is that I don't owe the IRS a dime, and they are not going to take my paycheck.
Even if it seems hopeless, you should call the number on your screen right now. There is absolutely no cost for the call or the consultation. You are under no obligation. If you are worried that the IRS could garnish your wages, seize your assets, even take your home, call us right now. The Tax Relief Line is here to help you. Now you have a knowledgeable, professional team of tax experts that are ready to negotiate with the IRS and fight for you to save you money. The Tax Relief Line's professionals have successfully negotiated thousands of cases, reducing and sometimes even eliminating the tax debt for their clients. It's very easy to get started. Simply call the number on your screen right now. You don't have to live in fear anymore. The call and the consultation are free.
Stephanie Jaffe is a world-renowned artist who creates one-of-a-kind pieces. Using a keen sense of color and composition, her vibrant collages and mosaics integrate eclectic elements such as vintage keepsakes and fine china with blown glass and fired clay to create whimsical arrangements. For more information about her work, come down to the Brooklyn Cafe TV studio or go to StephanieJaffeArt.com.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions and tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina along with spokesman Rob. So Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now. We're going to answer all of your questions and we'll let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. You heard it, folks at home. Pick up the phone, call now.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call now.
Hey Kaylee, what's up?
Hey, nothing, what's up?
Nothing, just looking for music for Grandpa that I listen to while we're in the car.
What's wrong with listen to now?
Let's just say we have different tastes, you know?
Why don't you try listen to a podcast on Spotify?
Like which one?
The Broken Cafe Studio one is really good.
Okay, I'll try that one out, thanks.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought. You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
This portion of the show is brought to you by
Tranzact card.
Yeah. The whose card?
Tranzact.
What's that? Who's that?
We got Gary Manco with us of the Tranzact card, which is another great concept. What a show, I got to tell you.
I got to tell you, I see his wheels spinning over there.
Gary?
Gary's talking to me about all the different aspects from beginning to end of today's show, how you can get your card on. I got to get my card.
We were talking about that. He sent us the link to get it. And if we do it before November, there's no more annual renewal fees. It's just a $25 card.
It's a home run on many different levels. And there's some questions that I want to throw at Gary. People were asking me the difference between this card and a card that gives you
points?
No.
Cashback?
Cashback, which I want him to elaborate on a little bit. What's the difference between your card and a cashback card, Gary?
Well, hello to you. Nice to be back again.
Happy Thursday, Gary.
Happy Thursday. Fred, to answer your question, well, first of all, this is a debit card. It's a Visa FDCI insured debit card and not a credit card. So you're spending your own money. You're not getting credit. There's no interest rates to worry about. And instead of getting those gimmicky type points, airline miles or cash back on a credit card, and usually the cashback cards 1, 2, maybe 3% if you're lucky, but of course you have to have that balance paid off when that bill comes in to get that percentage off. If you do not, then you're smacked with a big 20-some% interest rate. So we don't have any of that to begin with.
So right away, the difference is that it's a debit card. Like when you pay things with a debit card. And it's a Visa.
It's a Visa. And this is my card. It's a Visa card. And we are hooked up with community and minority banks, not the big boys, like Chase and Bank of America. And that's how we're able to do everything that we do.
And with the first swipe, you tell me you get 500 bucks back.
Yeah, the beauty of this card is, and let me just back up because you had that guest on, I think her name was Kessa earlier.
Kessa.
And she was talking about social impact. And one thing, I've been on here before, but one thing we really didn't discuss was the fact that Tranzact card is a social impact type project, not just, it's a lot more than just a Visa debit card. And what I mean by that is when you do swipe this card, every time you swipe it, you get back reward dollars, which you can spend on the Z Club, which on the official launch on November 13th, which was going to happen in Las Vegas, our e-commerce Z Club will open up. And there'll be millions of items there to purchase. But the beauty of this is when you use those reward dollars you get when you swipe your card, you're going to buy down significantly the cost of those products, anywhere from 30, 40, 50, sometimes 60%. So it's going to save consumers a lot of money on what they ordinarily are going to buy or want to buy, whether they're high-end luxury items or everyday items. And
this goes for anything you want to pay for. So your Amazon bill comes in, you want to pay it, you use this debit card. It's no different than the debit card that's currently in your pocket, except they're going to reward you with points. Now, in my world, it's a third place debit card, means that if something happens to it, they don't knock out my bank account because it's its own entity. That I like. It doesn't mean you have to like it, or her, or anybody else. That I like, because I was going to do that anyway. You know, because I kept getting hacked, and every 10 days I got to wait before I can use my debit card again. I don't want to
What
do
I
that.
think is nice about it is that you can go shopping.
And get
with
stuff.
half the amount of points. So if something is $100, you get 50 points. 50 of your transact points can go towards that. So essentially you're paying half price.
Exactly.
And for something you've already purchased, so it's like double dipping.
That's right.
It's exactly what it is. You're double dipping. You're going to take the points when you go to the gas station and you use this card to buy your gas instead of whatever you're using now. You're going to get, if you fill up for $60, you get 60 Z-Bucks. And you're going to take those and you're going to buy down the cost of those products on the Z Club.
And for those guys that said to him, who's your competitor, or all this, you know, that's just nonsense mentality, because if they're the first ones that are doing it, it doesn't make it a bad idea. And I know that I've said this story a million times over and over again, but I started streaming over 20 years ago, and people told me it was a bad idea. Doing remix call, like you saw Kessa today, which you guys call Zoom, was a bad idea until COVID hit. And then all of a sudden it became a practical idea, and now it's an everyday idea. So don't sneeze at this opportunity, because it is in existence. Get your card before the November deadline, and you don't have to repay for it. You get it free, just like anything else. And if you think you're not paying for your debit card at Bank of and Bank of, think again, because you are. Do you know when you give money to a bank how hard it is to get your money back out? Because you're limited as to the amount of money you can get out. You're limited with the interest rates you have to pay. And at the same time, you ain't getting nothing back. You may get some points, you may get some stuff like this, but you're not going to get the luxury of what he's giving you. And if that card gets hacked, they're going to knock you out, and you got to wait the 10 days to get the card. So there's a lot of ups on this thing.
It's a lot of ups. You can go shopping.
Yeah, and another thing, when you do get your card, when you order your card and you're hooked up with a community bank, you fund your card and you go out and you make your first swipe, whether it's for $2 or $100, you're going to get 500 Z-Bucks put in your account, plus whatever you swipe.
Now, can you use this, or will there be airline tickets on it as well?
Well, I know there's going to be a lot of travel things, including cruises and hotel rooms and so forth, and vacation packages. But I haven't actually seen them yet because it hasn't opened up, the Z Club. But we have all that. That's been already told to us. They have actually already booked the second largest Norwegian cruise ship for a cruise next year. I think it's in July, maybe earlier. It's going to go out of Miami for a 7-day Caribbean cruise, and the only way people can get on that cruise is with Z-Bucks.
Are there any downsides to this?
You know what? The only downside, and you know, we discussed that numbers before we even came on this project, is what if the Z Club had all stuff from China and non-name brand items? But that's not the case. We're going to have some all major products, some from Samsung, you name it. All the major brands are going to be on there, plus household items. And I was saying social impact because, you know, today many households have a hard time meeting their bills every month. There's more month left than the money come the end of the month. So with this card, they can go out and buy things that they would normally use. The single mom maybe who has to buy diapers, which are very expensive. You know, they'll cost her about half price, and other items like that. So it has a great effect for people who are struggling, that have to buy things every month. That they might do it on Amazon, they may do it at their local, Publix or wherever. they'll be able to save a lot of money doing that.
School supplies, all the things
School
that people
supplies.
need.
Yeah, another thing to point out, right now we are in a pre-launch phase. Like I said, the Z Club isn't opening till November 13th on the launch. This isn't officially out to the public, although many people already have this card. But, you know, people wonder, well, is it real? Who's going to know about it? Well, Tranzact card already has over 20 major, and I mean major, influencers and nonprofits. They've been already contracted. I'm not permitted to say the name live. I can tell people behind the scenes, but due to, because they understand this is banking. There's a lot of compliance issues, so I really can't say certain things. But they have major influencers, all of whom everybody knows, and nonprofits, major nonprofits, that once they're given the green light by Tranzact card, they're going to start promoting this card to their followers. And they're going to explain to them why they should get this card. And this is going to bring millions and millions, and we really expect there'll be tens of millions of people in this country within a few years that are going to have the Tranzact card and will be using it. And once they start using it, they'll never stop. Why would you?
Do you have a credit check when you go to do it? Does it matter what your credit is?
No, you just have to be 18 years old. This is a debit card, because remember, you're spending your own money. So once you order the card, it gets shipped to you, you then fund it. You could do it with a bank, wire transfer, a debit card, ACH. There's a number of ways you could fund it. So you fund your card, and you're spending your own money.
And how about to your credit? Hard pull, soft pull?
They have both. Yeah, I've been doing the debit card pull with my card. My first one I sent because it's a larger sum, I did a wire transfer, but you can fund it anyway. You can actually, for a household, you can get, in one account, you can get up to 5 cards. So if you have, young ones, teenagers, you want to give them a card, you can do that. You can actually put a spending limit on that. So they have everything covered.
I think for teenagers, even for college students, it's a great idea.
Oh, fantastic.
To be able to put money into your kid's account and say, all right, this is your monthly. Because I remember with my kids, I would give them a whatever it was for the month. You just put it in the bank. And then, 2 weeks later, it was gone.
Not only
But
that,
if this is your money, it's almost like you get 1.5 times it because you've got the points also.
Well, I like it using the first time you get the 500. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you
500. As a matter of fact, anybody who gets the card and comes in, as I said before the launch, you're going to get double Z-Bucks up until the 1-year anniversary of November of 2024. I can tell you, I have somewhere about 17,000 Z-Bucks in my account, and I can't wait for it to open.
Well, I'm going to give you a reason to get the card is I want you to get the card and October 19th to get your tickets to the concert that we're doing at the Movies in Del Rey. So you get the tickets, you buy them, you get the 500
Z-Bucks.
Mm-hmm. And then if you're there and you use the card to do it, we'll interview you so you can explain to the man how they use the card to get there. I think it's a great way of opening the ice.
Nice idea.
I know, October 19th, brought to you by the Trans card. I think it's kind of cool.
Very nice. You going to get your card?
I am. It's funny because he sent us the link to do it, and I can't find it. So send it to me again.
I'll have to send it again.
I'll send
Just
it
right
again.
on that website there. You can buy your card. And for anybody who is looking for a income opportunity, this is a great income opportunity as well. They can call me on that personally. But it just makes sense to have this card. Something else we really haven't discussed much about this card. There's another facet to this besides the Z Club and making the points, and that is we have what's called a power save option. It's not an option, it's included actually. That means simply when you go on to the Z Club and you purchase something, maybe you purchase a $100 pair of sneakers, you pay $50 in Z-Bucks, which you have, $50 in cash, 2% of that total will go into a high yield savings account in your name. That's every time, so that can add up too. It's a nice little way to build a nest egg over time.
Okay, let's back that up.
Yeah, let's repeat
back
that again.
up.
Yes.
So 2% of
2% of, let's say you went on and you bought, you You bought some Snickers, you bought this, you bought that, and you spend 250 Z bucks and $250 in cash in the Z Club. 2% of that, which in this
Of
case
what?
Of the
of the total
500?
spent of the total
500.
Yeah.
Just for example.
Okay, it's $100, so that would be $2. So if you spend $50 in Z bucks for the Snickers, $50 in cash, that's $100. So 2% of $100 is $2. So $2 goes into your savings account.
Wow.
Now, here's what else. One more thing to this. Tranzact has made contracted with a lot of retailers, restaurants such as Olive Garden, Walmart, even Amazon. When you shop there and you go to Walmart and you buy and you check out and you spend $100 at Walmart and you pay with your Tranzact card, a percentage, and for each vendor it's a different percent, so I can't say what's to be, but let's say for Walmart it's 2%. So again, 2% of that $100 is going to go into your savings account, your Power Saves account. Olive Garden, you go there, you have dinner, pay with your Tranzact card, a percentage will go into the Power Save.
That's only if you use cash and the Z. Or
Well, if you're going to, for example, if you're going to Olive Garden, you're going to pay that $100 bill with that. With
Right,
this,
right.
you can't pay with Z bucks.
Right.
You only use the Z bucks on the shopping site.
Gotcha.
So, but when you swipe this at Olive Garden or Walmart, even Amazon, they've contracted with that percentage will go into the Power Save account for you.
So you get $2.
Well, you get
plus
you
the
get
venue.
2, 3, 4, depending upon the vendor. We don't know what those particular ones are.
So you're getting Z bucks and you're getting 2%, and you're getting 2% of vendors, no matter how many they are.
Of the vendors that are contracted, I know that Olive Garden's one. I know that Walmart is. Amazon. You can buy product on Amazon. I don't know why you would, but you could. and a percent will go. If you pay with your Tranzact card, a percentage will go into your Power Save account.
That's not bad.
A lot of opportunities all the way around.
Listen, I go to different places like Carrabba's and stuff, and I give them. I'm in the club, and I give them my phone number, and I get points, right? So sometimes I get $10 off, sometimes I get $15 off, and if I show the AARP, I get another 15% off. I mean, you're always looking to save a couple of dollars here and there, no matter what it is. Would you rather pay? I'd rather pay $98 to begin the process and then get some Z things to buy something else, like diapers for Gio or something. It's a win-win. I don't understand why anybody would even think about it.
We just got to get it out there.
We got to get it. You got to get it there. Absolutely. I mean, I had
there.
to lead by example, so I got to definitely join this thing.
Gary, what's your website?
My website is gman, G-M-A-N, dot, gman.mytzt.com.
All right, check it out or give Gary a call at 561-376-1753 for more information. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, kind of wrap this whole day up. How about that? More to come on the other side of this commercial break. 888-994-4995 Studio A. Get your Tranzact card today. We'll be right back.
If you're tired of only working for your money and are ready to get your money working for you, then check this out. This is the Tranzact card, the first of its kind Visa bank card where you double your dollars on every transaction. Tranzact card provides you with a system for your money finally works for you. The days of underwhelming 1% to 2% cashback are over. Are you ready to welcome in dollar for dollar rewards, doubling your buying power and creating financial momentum? Look, if you've been trying to save your way to wealth and that isn't working out the way you hope, maybe it's time to try spending your way to wealth instead. Learn more at gman.mytzt.com. That is gman.mytzt.com.
AMP2 Media Productions, in collaboration with True Oldies Radio and Comcast TV, bring you the opportunity to spotlight your business on Monday Night Football on ESPN. By targeting your preferred Comcast region, your commercial will be spotlighted during NFL and NCAA football season, reaching over 1 million viewers. Let AMP help you amplify your impact in the community. Contact us at 866-224-5422 to create your own commercial today.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
There is no way to ignore it. You hear it on the news, online, from your friends and family. What happened to my money? Whether it got hit by falling stocks and bonds, with the coronavirus, shrunk by a floundering 401k with low interest rates, and is riding the extreme ups and downs of the stock market with political elections. Many Americans are worried about their money and how they're going to retire. Help protect your financial future now and call J.D. Mellberg for your complimentary book from a leading financial firm that shows you ways not to run out of money whether the market goes up or down. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that can protect your money for a lifetime. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits of annuities from hundreds of top-rated insurers, helping you to find ways to get up to 33% more income in retirement. That's right. 2 books, both absolutely free, for calling J.D. Mellberg. Help protect your financial future.
Call 877-643-3015.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties, open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies. Now, Boca and Delray Beach have their own oldie station. Catch us on 95.3 FM. It's the greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s. On South Florida's Good Time Oldies, 95.3 FM.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
All right, and I wanted to wrap this thing up, but before we get to that, I wanted to talk about the October 19th gig with Johnny T's Many Voices.
The Legend of Many Voices of Johnny T.
Of Johnny T, and then he's doing Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra and the nighttime gig. So we got 2 gigs going on the 19th, which we're excited about. And there's different packages that we're putting together, but the ladies are here to talk about one of the first packages. So let's go to them and find out what they're thinking.
All right, we got our marketing team at the other side of the theater. What do we got cooking, ladies?
Yeah, so for the 2 p.m. show, which is the Voices of Legends in Concert with Johnny T, individually tickets sell for $20, but if you buy a block of 10 or more, they'll be discounted to $18 a ticket.
Excellent. And this also works for people that are trying to be sponsors on the deal. We're going to have things working in the lobby. We're going to put their picture up. They're going to have the red carpet intro. We're going to have a networking party going on there as well. I got to tell you, ever since 2 weeks ago, I've gotten a request. October, I could fill every day for different gigs. Some are music, some Sarah Spritual wants to get involved. Everybody loves the concept. The movie thing on top or not, or doing a show. Oh, Kenny Love. Kenny, if you're watching, pick up the phone because I'm calling you. You told me to call you. There's a Love movie coming out.
Oh.
And they want Kenny Love to do this thing, and they want a rose on every chair for him to do what he does here every Friday. Nothing more, nothing less with the videos on top of him. But I can fill up October with everything that's coming forward. Right now, I just got another phone call. So
more to come.
More to come. So we're going to be sending out the POS. The site's going to be the link events.amp2.tv for the October 19th piece. We have something else also happening in September 7th, which is the Pink Floyd deal that we just talked about as well. Sponsors and everything else. I'm going to be putting that package together. But give us a holler. We'll give you more information. Hopefully, starting Monday, you're going to start seeing the stuff go up.
A lot of great information. I think we're going to be working with our senior homes as well for block seating for the matinee, which I'm excited about. The assisted living, the independent living, people that are looking for activities in the senior centers. They have great buses. They've got transportation. So if your loved one lives in a local senior center, give us a call. Let's see if we can get some block tickets out for them as well. And we will reserve the row or the row so they can sit amongst their friends. So we'll take care of that also.
Also, if you want to do it, you have a business and you want to buy a block of tickets to give it out to your employees, we'll make sure that they are mentioned and you are interviewed, and we'll make some noise at the event to let them know that what you did was appreciated on both parts, theirs and ours.
And see if I can get my parents up here.
Oh, they got to come.
They would love it.
They got to show up. We actually did a dress rehearsal in here.
And I said, right, my mom would love this.
Some of the music that Johnny T did is amazing. And we were talking about the throwbacks and all the definitions. You know, growing up in the Bronx, like Lewis did, and him playing that music, man, it just brought up a lot of memories. A lot of memories.
I wonder if you knew Lewis from the Bronx. I bet you had some friends in common. You're kind of close in age.
It wasn't a big, it was a small circle of friends.
That's what I'm saying. I bet you had some friends in common.
Maybe. You never know. Never know. But we had a good show today. Awakening comes in many different
How you like
angles.
it?
I like it.
More information to come. We're going to bring Bob back in one day with Frank. Frank says the Angels will be here.
A whole bunch of people.
We got more to do with the Smack Squad Transact card. Get yours. Sign up with the local bank, only $25. If you do it before November, there are no annual fees going forward. Plus, your first swipe, you get 500 free Z-Bucks. So yes, you can do a $20 ticket, $500 Z-Bucks.
And come and see us on the 19th. I think we're going to make a call to action to that.
All right. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Stay safe. Please be kind to each other, and we'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
As always, don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Broken Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.